Just like we did last time. Don't worry about the camera. Alright, so this is worksheet number 2 from Systems of Equations number 4. What do I do first? Anybody? What's step number 1? Isolate a variable. Step 1, isolate a variable. Which of the variables up here is the easiest one to isolate?
X.
X in the first equation. How do you know that? There's a 1x right there. Right. That's the easiest to isolate. Alright, so I'm going to take this equation, move it down here, rewrite it. How do I isolate x?
Subtract
Minus 2y.
I got to get rid of this term. I'm going to subtract 2y from both sides. That goes away. X equals minus 2y. So I'm done with step number 1. I've isolated my variable. I don't really have an answer for it. I know what it is in terms of y. What's my next step?
Substitute.
Substitute for the variable from our step 1 in the other equation. So we already used the first equation to get this. We're going to use this second equation, 3x plus 4y equals 4. I'm just copying that one down there. And now wherever I see x, I'm going to replace it with what x equals. So I'm going to put that right in place of that x. We're substituting. That's why this method is called substitution. So instead of 3x, it's 3 times whatever x is. You see that? 3 times x, that's 3 times x. That's the same thing. Plus 4y equals 4. You with me? So step 2 was to substitute for this guy, x, in this equation. Now we have one equation just made of y. And that's good, because now we can solve for y. How do we solve for y? I can simplify this guy. What do I get? Negative 6y plus 4y equals 4. I can combine my like terms. What do I end up with here?
Negative 2y.
And then what?
Divided by negative 2.
Yes. Divide by negative 2. Y equals negative 2. There. We just did number 3. We solved for the one variable equation. We just have one variable in here, y. We solved for it. So we've done step 1. Step 2, we substituted. Step 3, we solved for that guy. We're almost done. We've got y. That's good. What's step 4, our last step? We use the value that we just got to solve for the isolated variable from our step 1. So we know that x is minus 2y, but we know what y is now. So x is minus 2 times whatever y is, which is minus 2. X equals 4. What is this 4 minus 2 telling us? What is that answer? What does it say? Why are we doing all this? Where the two lines cross. That's a line, that's a line. They're going to cross at that coordinate if we graph them.